Hi, I'm Phyllis from iSew, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to show you how I put a lining in this bag that I made on video 248, Easy Shopping Bag. So I'm going to customize it a little bit. One day I was wanting a little larger bag, and I don't like to carry a big bag because they're too heavy. And so I thought, why don't I make this bag only smaller with some pockets in the lining? So that's what I decided I would do. So I made this one, I think I cut it about 14 by 15 and made the pocket a little smaller. I think it's about 6 by, it depends on how wide you make this bottom part, what length of pocket you need. I made this one a shorter distance here, so I got a longer pocket. And I have made a few of these. I made one out of denim, and it turned out really nice. And I used the dark denim, and the underside, the back side of the denim for my pockets, and down here I think is how I did it. But my granddaughter thought it would be good for her, and she uses it at university all the time. She puts her laptop in it and her bottle of water in her pockets, and she's really enjoying it. So that's good. But I haven't had any more denim to make another one, or I'd make another one out of denim. So this is what I came up with, and I want to show you how I customized the lining. That's what we're working on today. The other video shows you how I made and the measurements for the bag, but you can make it any size you want. So I got this. This is one big pocket, and I put a zipper in it, and you have all this space. Now you could put notebooks and things in there, or you could customize the pocket the size you want it. You could even make it large enough so that a pocket so that your laptop would fit right in it. And then on this side, I made 2 pockets. And this one in the bottom, if you were traveling, you could stick a little extra cash and a credit card down in this pocket. And if you did lose your wallet, then you would have some extra to get you home, maybe. But if they took the whole bag, then you're out of luck. So I'm going to show you how I make the pockets. And this one isn't 100% square. I kind of goofed this corner up, but that's all right. Nobody's going to see it anyway. So this, we'll say, is our lining of our and before we put our lining in or anything, you want to make your pockets. So you take a piece of fabric the size of the pocket, twice the size of the pocket. So this one will say the pocket is going to be this size with a zipper along the top. So what you do is you take your zipper. I like to use this double face tape. And I put my zipper right sides together. Right sides facing. And I sew it right along the edge here. And when it's stuck down with that double face tape, it's not going to move on you, and that's good. And then I turn it back over and I top stitch it along the zipper. Then I take the other side and bring it up like this and sew it along there. And then I open my zipper a little bit because you want something so you can turn it. You don't want, if you have your zipper closed, it's going to be a little difficult to turn. Then sew it down here and here, and make sure you sew it well because you don't want a hole poking in it. Then you turn it back and you bring it over to your, of course this is not sewn, so, and this is the center of the fabric, so you want to center it. Well, most times you want to center it. Maybe you want it offside. You can put it anywhere. And you bring it down about 3 inches, depending on how you're sewing the lining in. And then just sew it all the way around here. And if you want to leave a pocket in behind, don't sew it along the top. Or you could sew it in a little ways on each side just so it doesn't gape open. Enough to get in, find out what's in there. So that's how I make my zippers and my pockets. And as I said, you can make them any size and you can customize it any way you want. Now I want to show you this other one. This one I made a little larger. As I said, you can make these bags any size. It's up to you. So take a measurement and work from there. I made my pocket a little larger and I sewed up a seam here, and now I can keep a pencil or a little notepad in here, or and this one I just left open, but just so that it wouldn't gape open, I sewed it a little bit here. I maybe should have put more interfacing in here, but this fabric is kind of almost, it has a little bit of a stretch to it, so that's why I was doing it that way. Depends on your fabric. And then this one, I'll show you how this one you could almost use for an overnight bag. If you were just going for a night, you could put a change of clothes in it. And this pocket I wanted longer to fit my wallet in. So I measured the width of my wallet and made my pocket. And I left a pocket in behind that I can put my passport in. But I found that I think it's going to gape open a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is put a dome or a piece of hook and loop tape in there just to hold it. And this is another pocket, and I didn't leave it open. But if I could have made a pocket the whole width of this and put a zipper in it and just sewed it from about here down, divided in 3 maybe, and then I'd had three different pockets. I could have made another big pocket down here. There's just so many different ways. Now this one I finished a little bit different on the top. This one I left a hole in the side of the lining, and I turned it and I sewed it around, made a seam all the way around, sewed the two together, and then turned it. This one, I had turned this under, and I put and this is a little stiffer. I put more stiffening in this one. So I just turned this over and top stitched it along here. So there's 2 or 3 different, there's different ways of doing it. And then I made this for the bottom. I'll show you that in a minute. This is just a little piece of fabric that will fit over my, I think it was cornflakes that I used, box, and I taped it together to make it stiff enough, then made a piece and sewed it across the bottom and here, hemmed it here. And now if I want to, if it gets soiled or something, I can slip it off, or I could just sew it here. It's whichever way you wanted to do it. And put it in there on the bottom, and it gives some, stabilizes a bit in the bottom. So that's, and then, yeah, I put my wallet in there, yeah. So that's my tips on bags, and hopefully you'll make one. If you make one, let me know. See how you get along. See if you enjoy making them. I've made several of them now, and I've enjoyed making every one, and none of them's quite the same. So thanks for watching. Bye now.